Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Gina Lamont alongside Janet Zapala. We're coming on a little early for you today to continue our breaking news coverage out of San Bernardino County.
Yeah, this has been quite a fire. Gino, this broke out at about 2:30 this afternoon, as you say, out of San Bernardino County. It's not immediately clear if anybody is hurt in this blaze, but it started out as a wildfire. Then those flames jumped onto the highway, and as you can see, some of the vehicles caught fire.
Yeah, we've got reports of possibly as many as 30 people injured or burned as this wildfire jumped Interstate 15. Now, if you're wondering exactly where this is, it is in the Cajon Pass, just north of Highway 138 and the northbound side of the 15 headed towards Vegas. Again, 500-acre fire is burning out of control. Firefighters are on the scene. They're battling this on two different fronts. One, of course, the wildfire itself, but also trying to help those motorists that are stranded in the path of the fire as they continue to try to make their way out of the Cajon Pass. But they're surrounded now in fire on both sides. Traffic is backed up, as you can imagine, for miles and miles back into San Bernardino County. The I-15 is completely shut down on the northbound side. They're turning traffic around now as far south as the 60 freeway and into the Cucamonga area. They're trying to stop people from heading north on the 15 at all at this hour.
And as we showed you, several vehicles stopped there on the freeway. They were burning. We are getting these aerial pictures. Look at this. We're told that there have been some injuries. We don't know exactly how many. Some people were able to get out of their vehicles and get away from those flames, but as you can see, this is a fluid situation still happening. Firefighters very much on the scene, but this is a rapidly spreading wildfire.
Yeah, it is, and we do know that at least a dozen cars have been burned, including a car carrier, which 3 fires on the car carrier caught fire, and a boat on a trailer being pulled by an SUV also caught fire and was completely lost in this blaze. Again, we've got a 500-acre wildfire burning in the Cajon Pass that has completely shut down the I-15 at this hour. Friday, northbound traffic into Las Vegas, as you can imagine, very, very heavy. If you're planning to head this way at all, we strongly recommend that you wait until tomorrow at this point, because it's going to be hours, if not days, to get this fire under control.
This is scary, Gino. We see a lot of fires, obviously, in California, a lot in Southern California. We've been reporting on them pretty regularly over the past few weeks. But when you see something like this, a wildfire that actually jumps onto the freeway, and then look at that. I mean, cars, vehicles catching fire, that black smoke billowing from that tractor trailer truck. That's got to be a really horrific situation for people who are virtually trapped on the freeway.
Right, and as you can see, that smoke is blowing pretty hard, what appears to be eastbound. Let's check in with meteorologist Jeff Fox, find out how the weather is aiding the fire and not the firefighters at this point. Jeff.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is the case, Gino. The Cajon Pass, much like the San Gorgonio Pass, is just a notch in the mountains. So when the wind needs to get from one side to the other, the only place to go is through the pass. You've known that if you've taken 10 up through Banning, up through our pass, and certainly it's the same case in the Cajon Pass. Now, there are about 3 or 4 different weather monitoring stations. They're all talking, or they're all looking at, I should say, winds now gusting between 15 and 25 miles per hour. The problem is, in a pass like the Cajon Pass or like the San Gorgonio Pass, you're going to see the wind persist even in cases where it would go down regularly, because that wind is squeezed in through the pass. So less wind on the outside still produces breezy conditions on the inside. And Gino and Janet, I just don't see that dying out over the course of the evening. Add to that, once a fire begins to grow, it creates its own wind, because the heat from the fire causes air to go up. That air down at the ground that's now rising with the fire has to be replaced, so it gets sucked in the pass and continues to fan the flames. There's really nothing good about this situation except the possibility that we get some rain tomorrow, and if we get rain, they will probably get rain. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, we can only hope for rain in Southern California, especially right now. Again, you're looking at the Cajon Pass, a fast-moving wildfire spreading through the Cajon Pass this Friday afternoon, burning several vehicles on the freeway, including this tractor trailer where it just seems to be burning continuously. Obviously, they can't do much. People are stuck there on the freeway as firefighters do their very best to contain those flames.
Yeah, it's been being dubbed the North Fire, and again, it is more than 500 acres, but growing rapidly. The biggest concern now, beyond the wildfire itself, of course, is the motorists that are stranded there. Dozens and dozens had to abandon their vehicles to get away from the flames. We are getting reports of possibly as many as 30 people that have been burned or severely injured while trying to get away from this wildfire. The interstate is shut down, Interstate 15 in both directions now, as they try to use the southbound side to turn cars around to get them out of the area. But the vehicles you're looking at now have been completely abandoned. Firefighters have gotten the drivers and the passengers out of those vehicles and hopefully out of harm's way as they try to not only fight the fire, but protect the vehicles that are stuck on the interstate there.
And that freeway is the main route from the Los Angeles basin to Las Vegas. It's heavily traveled, especially during rush hour on a Friday afternoon.
Yeah, if you have any plans at all to head towards Las Vegas, or if you're coming in from Vegas, obviously strongly recommended that you cancel that trip for at least 24 hours. As Jeff mentioned, there could be some help from the weather, but today it's 92 in that area. It is dry and the winds are howling, as Jeff mentioned, at 25 miles per hour, pushing that fire along, which means a very, very dangerous situation indeed. Again, a 500-acre brush fire shut down the Interstate 15 in the Cajon Pass. We've got dozens of vehicles on fire at this time, thousands of people stranded as the freeway was literally shut down, halted, and people had to run for their lives as that fire jumped the interstate from the westbound side to the eastbound side of northbound Interstate 15.
Now, this fire has been burning for about 2.5 hours. It started at about 2:33 this afternoon near Interstate 15, north of Highway 138. It's approximately, as we've been telling you, 500 acres in size, and you can say the firefighters are really busy right now. I mean, they're trying to save lives, getting people, as you said, Gino, out of harm's way, fighting the flames among the vehicles there stuck on the freeway, as well as that wildfire in the brush that surrounds the freeway right now. So it's quite a horrific scene out there, but luckily it seems that everybody has been taken away who may have been in harm's way.
Yeah, and the concern now is that it's not a terribly populated area, but there have been mandatory evacuations in the Baldy Mesa area. But for the most part, it's fairly remote as you head through the pass here. So there's not a grave concern right now about homes or businesses in the line of this brush fire. But again, you can see they've got not only the retardant dropping planes, but also choppers that are dropping water onto the vehicles on the freeway that are on fire at this time. So as Janet just mentioned, we got a DC-10 right there that is dropping that retardant. And again, they're really fighting two different fronts at this point. One, trying to control the wildfire and keep it from spreading, but two, protecting the thousands of motorists. There's water coming down right there on the freeway. There it is right there as they continue to try to attempt to put out the big rig from the sky. So it's really two fronts they're fighting this on right now. The cars you see in your picture right now have been evacuated and abandoned. Hopefully they'll still be there when the people are able to get back to them. But right now, of course, the main concern is lives and getting everybody out safely.
Again, the headline, a 500-acre North Fire prompting evacuations today, shutting down the 15 freeway, burning cars and trucks in Cajon Pass, and firefighters working diligently to put out, as you said, virtually two different fires, vehicle fires and a brush fire.
Yeah. And of course, the shutdown of a main artery from Los Angeles, Orange County, San Bernardino, Riverside County, even from San Diego into Las Vegas, traveling both directions as we head into a summer weekend. So you know that there is literally hundreds of thousands of people that would have been on this freeway over the next 24 hours. As we hit the top of the 5 o'clock hour, we want to welcome all of you that are joining us right now and bring you in on this breaking news story. There is a 500-acre brush fire burning out of control in the Cajon Pass. It has shut down Interstate 15 in both directions. Dozens of vehicles have been burned. We have heard reports of as many as 30 people who have been injured because of burns when they were unable to get out of their vehicles in time as this fire jumped the freeway.
And our Gloria Rodriguez now is live in the newsroom. She's been monitoring this fire for us all afternoon, and she has the very latest for us as well. Gloria.
That's right. Good evening, Gino, Janet. Yes, as many as 30 people have reportedly been burned by this fire on Interstate 15, and we want to show you some live footage of that fire at this time. Now, all lanes on Interstate 15 at this time are now closed, and motorists are advised to avoid the area if possible. Now, the wildfire quickly moved to cars along Interstate 15 and reportedly burned about 30 people on the freeway. We are getting reports that motorists were trapped in vehicles, and you can still see there is a holdup there on the freeway as firefighters respond. There are still fires burning right now on many of those vehicles and smoke that can be seen from those vehicles. Now, the north fire started just after 2:30 this afternoon near Interstate 15 north of Highway 138. And in a matter of just 45 minutes, the fire grew from 50 acres to 500 acres. Now, according to the San Bernardino County Fire Department, the north fire is now at 500 acres, and it has just crossed El Centro into Baldy Mesa, and that's why mandatory evacuations have now been ordered for certain areas. We are going to show you a graphic so you can see exactly where those mandatory evacuations have been ordered for areas east of Sheep Creek, now north of Interstate 15, west of Interstate 15, and south of Phelan Road. And we're also just getting word from the San Bernardino County Fire Department that they have just set up an evacuation center at Serrano High School. So any people in the area can go to Serrano High School for the evacuation center. They're also telling anybody who is in that area to try to evacuate if possible, and again, avoid Interstate 15. It is completely shut down right now in both directions, and we will continue to bring you the very latest information on this fire. Live in the newsroom, Gloria Rodriguez, KMIR News.
All right, thank you, Gloria. And again, you're looking at a live picture of Interstate 15 in the Cajon Pass, completely shut down at this hour. And we do have an updated information for you from CAL FIRE. The 500-acre fire there has grown amazingly to 2,000 acres in less than the last half an hour.
Yeah, we've been talking that this is in fact a fast-moving brush fire, and it's doing just that, from 500 now to 2,000 acres. Firefighters still very much on the scene battling this blaze. We're only hoping that perhaps the weather will aid in their firefighting efforts. Jeff Fox has more for us. Jeff.
Yeah, I'm afraid that there's nothing good on the weather front, at least in the short term. And by the way, guys, let me add one more thing. This is also the route of the main line of the Burlington Northern Santa Fe, the BNSF, and the Union Pacific Railroads. 3 tracks through Cajon Pass. That means that much of the commerce that moves from the West Coast through the United States goes right through here, and that is going to stop as well as the car traffic. Right now, I am looking at wind gusts in the 15 to 25 mile per hour range. Temperatures in the pass, low 90s, dew points low 40s. That puts the relative humidity between about 15 and 20%. Now, the dew point is going to come up because they are going to be affected by the same infusion of moisture from Mexico that we're going to get. So it's going to get muggier, and that will help somewhat. And there's a chance that we see some showers and thunderstorms in the Cajon Pass, as we will, by the way, over the weekend in our valley. That also would help the firefighters, but as anyone who's lived in the Southland for a long time knows, sometimes these thunderstorms come where the rain does not reach all the way to the ground. It evaporates before it gets down, and that's a problem because lightning can strike and cause more fires. So right now, the wind is about as strong as it's going to be in the short term, 15 to 25 mile-an-hour gusts going right through that pass, and the humidity about as low as it's going to get. It also is going to go up. My finger is crossed that the rain falls in exactly the right places. But right now, guys, I could not think of much worse of a place in all of Southern California to have a fire. It's a choke point for pretty much everything that this country runs on. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Again, that fire has now grown to more than 2,000 acres from an original report of 500. That has happened since 3:45 this afternoon when the fire was first widely reported, though it did start at about 2:30. Again, a fire in the Cajon Pass on the northbound side of Interstate 15 has shut down both sides of the interstate. It is now blown up, for lack of a better phrase, to 2,000 acres. Traffic is backed up for miles and miles on both southbound and northbound Interstate 15. And we're now getting reports that the 210, the 215, and the 10 freeway are also seeing heavy traffic as it's backed up because of the shutdown of Interstate 15. They're trying to turn cars around onto the southbound side, and as you can imagine, that's creating a big traffic mess on a getaway Friday afternoon.
Yeah, traffic backed up for miles, and as you say, as we head into the weekend, this happened at a really inopportune time for motorists there on the freeway. Look at all those firefighters. They have their hands full trying to battle those flames in those vehicles stuck on the freeway. And then, as we've been seeing all afternoon, they've been trying to douse the flames.
Well, this is a boat.
This
is a boat that was on a hitch that was spoke of earlier that they're trying to put out, because you have to figure a boat has its own fuel as well.
And that's why it's burning the way it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, like we've been talking about, this is really a two-front fire. One, the big planes dumping the retardant, trying to stop the growth of the fire, and so far, quite unsuccessfully. But also firefighters on the freeway trying to protect lives and property as cars, big rigs, and even boats continue to catch fire.
And again, we have reports that about 30 people stuck on the freeway did suffer some burn injuries, but now we're also told that people have been led out of harm's way, and that's the good news. As you can see, aerial helicopters and planes trying to fight those flames. And this thing has been moving pretty quickly. It started with 50 acres, moved to 500, now it's some 2,000 acres. And still burning.
Yeah, we do have evacuations, mandatory evacuations for the Baldy Mesa area. This incident is just north of the 138 cutoff. However, traffic is backed up all the way into LA and San Bernardino counties, with the 210, 215, and 10 freeway now suffering the repercussions of shutting down this main thoroughfare. There's another water drop there attempting to finally put out that big rig fire, sitting right in front of that FedEx truck, which you know is loaded with mail that needs to be someplace tomorrow morning. Hopefully they can protect that. Serrano High School is an evacuation center where people in the area, including people on the freeway, are being taken to. And as always, if you have any questions or you're afraid you might have a loved one who was headed onto the 15 freeway, that's where you may be able to find out some information, as well as, of course, the CAL FIRE website, San Bernardino County Fire website as well. But you can see the red on top of those trucks there, retardant from the fire drop.
Yeah, they've been dropping it steadily. And, you know, you got to kind of wonder what people are feeling stuck on the freeway there in the middle of a fire, and they have nowhere to go.
Yeah. Fear is what I assume they're feeling, because this is a terrifying situation. All right, once again, to recap for you, our breaking news tonight. A 2,000-acre brush fire jumped Interstate 15 in the Cajon Pass earlier this afternoon, injuring what is reportedly to be as many as 30 people before they could finally escape their vehicles. That fire continues to burn out of control. Interstate 15 is shut down in both directions. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have more news and, of course, more on this breaking news story, a fire in the Cajon Pass.
Disneyland celebrates 60 years.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Tonight at 6, a look back at opening day 1955.
Join Gino, Janet, and Jeff for KMIR News at 6.
Holland RV Centers offers the best selection on new and pre-owned RVs and luxury coaches. Top brands like Newmar, American Coach, Leisure Travel, and more. Get a new 2014 Forest River Berkshire for only $189,895. Holland RV Centers in Palm Desert off I-10 in Washington.
My name is Jaime Camil. This is my Ford F-150 truck, and I love it. The aluminum body and the EcoBoost engine feels so solid and very mileage friendly. I might be an actor, but I'm not acting now. It's not a truck to use only for work. It's my everyday car.
At Renova, People aren't potential sales. They're our neighbors, friends, and fellow residents. And that's why we don't knock on your door or call you at dinner. And that's why we have solar consultants and not high-pressure salespeople. We don't sell you a solar system. We help you decide whether buying one is the right decision for you. Renova Solar. Local, brighter, better, and nicer.
Nissan Altima. With up to 270 horsepower, blind spot warning, and premium interior. For a limited time, choose Altima with 0% APR for up to 72 months, or save up to $3,500. Altima, the ride you can always rely on. Shop your local Nissan store and choose Nissan.com. Innovation that excites.
I already had a Ford Focus, and I drove by the dealership and saw this new sporty Ford Focus, and I loved it. My name is Alyssa, and this is my brand new Ford Focus. It's the same great car, all the good gas mileage, it runs really nicely, but it's just a little more sporty.
Legal Docs by Me prepares your documents for divorce, incorporations, wills, and living trusts. And here's the best reason to create your living trust. Call Legal Docs by Me, from the founders of We the People. No lawyers, save money.
Holland RV Centers offers the best selection on new and used RVs and towables. Top brands like Newmar, Forest River, Leisure Travel, and more. Get a new 2016 Coachman Pursuit for only $94,995. Holland RV Centers in Palm Desert off I-10 in Washington.
The General again.
This portion of the news is brought to you by General Heating and Air Conditioning.
And welcome back. We have been on the air now for several minutes trying to bring you up to date concerning this breaking news, a wildfire in the Cajon Pass. Take a look at these pictures. It's very active. You've got a lot of firefighters in the air, on the ground, fighting the wildfire in Cajon Pass, but also fighting flames in vehicles on the 15 freeway, which has been closed in both directions. This is now about a 2,000-acre fire that broke out shortly after 2:30 this afternoon.
Yeah, it was about 3:45 when this fire jumped the interstate, trapping people inside their cars and injuring possibly as many as 30 people in their vehicles. Burns are what we're told are the injuries, some minor, some fairly significant. You're looking at a live shot from SIG Alert. The interesting part of this is, as you can imagine, because the interstate is shut down, it's backed up all the way back into San Bernardino and LA County. But the heavier traffic right now is actually traveling southbound out of Vegas into Southern California. Now, there's, of course, lots of activities in Los Angeles, Orange County, and San Diego this weekend, but Pride Weekend in San Diego is this weekend. There could be as many as 100,000 people coming from the Las Vegas area straight down the 15 into San Diego for that celebration. They would be caught right in the middle of this shutdown.
Of course, there is no good time for a fire to break out, but on a Friday afternoon when people are traveling in heavy, heavy numbers, well, it just makes the situation that much more hectic, dangerous, frustrating, scary. Luckily, firefighters are doing their best to douse these flames, but this is the kind of freakish thing that can happen if perhaps the winds are blowing in the wrong direction, as they did and blew those flames onto the freeway and onto those vehicles.
Yeah, and that's the Baldy Mesa area right there. We were telling you earlier that there was mandatory evacuations. You can see there have been structures, including cars and homes and outbuildings, that have already caught fire in Baldy Mesa. Cars and an unconfirmed number of people, though, have definitely been burned in this now 2,000-acre fire. It's being dubbed the North Fire. And again, it's just north of Highway 138 on Interstate 15, which is now shut down in both directions. All right, you're looking at, that's Baldy Mesa right there. And there's, looks like, parked vehicles as well as structures that are fully engulfed in flames. Almost now like we're fighting three different fronts. The wildfire, the fire in areas that people are living and working, and of course trying to protect those on the interstate itself. There is an evacuation center at Serrano High School where those that have been pulled off the freeway and away from their vehicles to safety will be gathering. And again, a 2,000-acre fire has shut down the Cajon Pass. We'll continue to update you on this story throughout this newscast throughout our 6 o'clock newscast and, of course, throughout the evening right here on KMIR.
KMIR and KPSE-MyTV invite you for a vacation.
All right, let's hit the road.
The much-anticipated sequel to the popular National Lampoon's Vacation opens nationwide on Friday, July 29th. But our advanced exclusive screening is on Thursday, July 23rd at 7:30 p.m. at Regal Rancho Mirage 16. Pick up your passes at the Old Spaghetti Factory in Rancho Mirage on Wednesday, July 22nd from noon to 2 p.m. or until tickets are gone.
So take a vacation with me right here at the Old Spaghetti Factory.
This is the steam that rises from a biscuit that was just born from the oven. This is made from scratch.
The grilled pork chop biscuit, only at Carl's Jr.
At America's Tire, we're not just about tires, we're about people. We take pride in getting you the right tire at the lowest price for your vehicle. And right now, get a $70 Visa prepaid card when you buy any set of 4 Michelin tires.
Where's the best place to get your very own Ford Fiesta for only $89 a month? Where else? Fiesta Ford. Right now, get a brand new 2015 Fiesta SE 5-door hatchback with automatic transmission, sync technology, keyless entry, ambient lighting, and lots of entertainment for only $89 a month. Lower your car payments, raise your fun with a new Ford Fiesta from Fiesta Ford for just $89 a month.
Celebrate the savings at Fiesta Ford.
World Gym is getting bigger, not around the middle, but we're growing with our exciting new location at Westfield and Palm Desert. Check out our new private training studios where you can do suspension training, group training, or rev up your workout in our Velocity Spin Studio. Do you want quick results? Ask about our 6-week Rock Your Resolution program. Join now and receive a free private training session valued at $80. Hurry, offer ends soon. World Gym with a Valley Gets Fit. Call 760-610-7558 or visit us online at worldgymdc.com.
The Western Bacon Cheeseburger Combo, now just $5 at Carl's Jr.
This portion of KMIR News is brought to you by your local Desert Chevrolet dealers. Find new roads.
Welcome back. We'll get back to the wildfire in just a minute, but for some local news here, an investigation underway tonight by the U.S. Postal Inspection Service after customers say their mailboxes were broken into at a Palm Desert post office.
Yeah, our Angela Monroe live tonight in Palm Desert. She says this isn't the first time that mailbox thefts have been happening in this area, right, Angela?
That's right, Janet and Gino. I spoke to customers who told me that there have been mailboxes broken into here this year, last year, and as long ago as 10 years ago. Now, the post office box lobby is open 24 hours here at this Palm Desert location, but now that could be changing. I spoke with one customer who says some very important mail was stolen.
I was expecting my mother's will being sent to me. I, to my dismay, saw the postal box door for my box partially pried open.
A month later, Elliot Marshall is still waiting for his post office box to be fixed. He says Postal Service employees told him as many as 100 mailboxes were broken into at this Palm Desert post office on Portola Avenue a couple months ago.
I was told by several employees at the Portola branch that it was an ongoing investigation, that they wanted to keep it out of the media attention, and that there had been 2 arrests.
The U.S. Postal Inspection Service tells me there is an ongoing investigation. However, they wouldn't tell me if there were any arrests, how many customers were impacted, or when it happened. They did say it happened over a period of time, and they are looking towards a couple of suspects. People we spoke with have mixed experiences.
I've never seen anything broken into. The people that work here are lovely people, and I know they're protecting us and protecting everything. I feel it's very secure.
My box was broken into last year. I wasn't aware that there was a recent rash of thefts. It's not really that surprising considering that a lot of community mailboxes have been getting broken into.
Some customers would like more security.
Some of the newer post offices, they actually seal off the P.O. box areas, and you need a key to get into them. So that would be somewhat of a deterrent.
Marshall says the post office told him they will soon limit access to times when the lobby is open.
I just feel that there should be more security, so there should be availability of being able to get your mail.
Stealing mail is a federal offense. You can face, if convicted, fines as well as up to 5 years in prison. And the U.S. Postal Inspection Service encourages anyone who's had their mail stolen to call or email them. Live in Palm Desert, I'm Angela Monroe, KMIR News.
All right, as we've been telling you all evening long since we began shortly before 5 o'clock tonight, there is a wildfire in the Cajon Pass, and we're hoping that maybe the weather might aid the firefighters' efforts, because right now it's a tough scene out there.
Yeah, it probably won't until tomorrow. So, Jeff, how does the rest of the evening look for the firefighters and the motorists there, and what can they look for this weekend?
Well, it doesn't look like a big wind night, so that's good. But, you know, as I said earlier, the pass sort of forms its own wind. Before I go on with the weather, let me just show you one thing I just came across. This is the 4:15 p.m. Goes West visible satellite. We usually don't use this because you can't use visible satellites at night. But you see this gray area right there? That is the smoke plume now from the fire, and you can see the wind is pushing it from the southwest to the northeast. In fact, if I step back, you can see pretty much all the clouds are lined up that way. That's the prevailing wind this afternoon, and that is what's going to be pushed through the pass, which separates the San Bernardino Mountains from the San Gabriel Mountains. Meanwhile, we're looking down here for our weather this weekend. That's Hurricane Dolores. Dolores will not hit us, but Dolores will help drag up moisture from the south. Now, this will be good news for the firefighters and good news for us if everything comes true the way it's been forecast. You can see already the start of the first clouds and even a little bit of thunderstorm activity down in Baja. That is coming up in our direction. And so, as it does, we are going to see the humidity go down, the humidity go up, and temperatures start to be in a place that would normally look comfortable, but in this scenario actually is not comfortable, because in this scenario we're going to be looking at, instead of seeing more comfortable conditions, unfortunately, we'll be looking at more humid conditions. So overnight tonight will be down around 80. And then for tomorrow and Sunday, humid conditions, very humid conditions, scattered showers and thunderstorms, and temps in the mid and upper 90s. And then by Monday, we should start getting back to normal. But let me just say, if you have evaporative cooling, a swamp cooler in the house, it is not going to do a job this weekend. It's just going to be hot all over with scattered showers and thunderstorms. It looks unlikely that we would see flooding from this system because of the way these storms would move along. And Gino and Janet, if we're lucky, it'll put rain in the right place at the right time and help. But that's not going to come at least another 18 to 24 hours from now. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Coming up next, we'll update you on the North Fire in the Cajon Pass, which has shut down Interstate 15. We'll have the very latest coming up next.
When news breaks, he's there at the heart of the story. When lives change, he's there to listen. When it really matters, you can depend on him.
There's a lot to try and understand here and much to learn.
NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
If you like El Pollo Loco's original Pollo Bowl, you'll love a variety of new bowl combos, like Mexican Caesar and chicken and shrimp for only $5. That's a lot of flavor you crave for a price you can sink your teeth into. New $5 Pollo Bowl combos, El Pollo Loco, crazy you can taste.
When the Tempur-Pedic trucks are backed up at Banner, that means only one thing: the Tempur-Pedic Truckload Event. Hurry in for truckload savings on all Tempur-Pedic models, including adjustable bases. And introducing the Tempur-Flex Hybrid. Get 48 months interest-free financing and sleep on a Tempur-Pedic for as little as $1 a night. Or get a free gift card up to $300 and free same-day delivery. Don't miss this limited-time Tempur-Pedic Truckload Event.
Nobody beats Banner.
Hurry in now.
Wow.
Nice.
Chevy's got 3 great deals to choose from this summer.
Which works the best with your budget?
I'm drawn to the 0%.
$1,000 cash back. I've never ever thought about leasing a car until I saw that deal.
Which one's your favorite?
0%.
$1,000 always looks nice going in my pocket.
Sorry, I changed my mind.
Now let me tell you something that's super cool. You can choose any one of these deals on any of these cars.
Seriously?
It's gorgeous, man.
This is a nice car.
Oh, I like the stitching.
It's an easy choice. Find your tag and choose your deal for an extra summer bonus.
Yeah, this thing's pretty sweet.
Your skin has seen a lot this summer. Refresh and rejuvenate with our Summer Glow skincare event at Massage Envy Spa, where you'll get $10 off your next Murad Healthy Skin Facial and a deluxe sample when you come in July 5th through August 2nd. Find a location at massageenvy.com.
Come to Lulu award-winning California Bistro, famous for our traditional and innovative breakfasts.
And our 3-course special featuring delightful super salad, 12 incomparable entrees, and 4 scrumptious desserts, just $16.99.
There's always a party at Lulu.
At El Pollo Loco, we're proud to introduce our new 3-course family meal that's perfect for the whole family. Whether you're an omnivore, a carnivore, or a dessertivore. New $20 3-course family meal. El Pollo Loco. Crazy you can taste.
Another update now on the breaking news we've been reporting since 4 o'clock this afternoon out of San Bernardino County. This is the Cajon Pass. A wildfire broke out shortly after 2:30 today. It was fast moving. It grew to over 2,000 acres now at this time. We have unconfirmed reports of injuries, but we're going to get more information as we continue to cover the story at 6 for you. And we'll see you then. Thank you for watching.
I got a cousin that's in prison, I do, man, and I love talking to him on the phone. It's so easy to impress him. He be like, DC, what you getting ready to do today? I be like, go outside. He be like, for real?
Last Comic Standing premieres this Wednesday on NBC. Craig Robinson is a part-time musician.
We have a special lady in the house tonight.
I love you, Greg.
Not you, baby.
Part-time teacher.
I'm not into magic, are you, Craig?
Is this your card?
And full-time Mr. Robinson premieres Wednesday, August 5th, followed by The Carmichael Show on NBC.
This summer, get ready for the most exciting cast ever assembled. It's the Summer of Audi sales event. Get up to $3,000 bonus on select Audi models now during the Summer of Audi sales event.
Summer's half over, blowout RV sale going on now. You can't afford to miss this sale at Mike Thompson RV Cathedral City. A 2016 Keystone travel trailer, only $96 a month. A 2016 Class C motorhome, only $296.43 a month. Limited quantities, one of a kind. Massive discounts on all pre-owned. Free year of camping for everyone. Be on your first road trip next week. What are you waiting for? Summer's half over, blowout RV sale, only at Mike Thompson RV Superstore, Cathedral City.
This summer, make the most of the season with the Jeep brand's legendary capability. Cherish every sunrise in the Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most awarded SUV ever. Or chase every sunset with Jeep Cherokee's 31 mpg highway. Your endless summer starts at the Jeep Summer Clearance Event. Well-qualified current lessees of competitive vehicles get a low-mileage lease on Cherokee Latitude front-wheel drive for $199 a month.
Buy a Tempur-Pedic mattress from Mathis Sleep Centers at the guaranteed lowest price and get this 40-inch Samsung HD TV as a bonus. Plus, we'll add another 10 years to Tempur-Pedic's warranty, extending it to a full 20 years. You'll also get a year to return and reselect your mattress if you're not happy with it. A 40-inch Samsung TV, a 20-year warranty, and a full-year comfort guarantee, only while this special factory promotion lasts and only at the Mathis Sleep Center near you.
This summer, get ready for the most exciting cast ever assembled. It's the Summer of Audi sales event. Get up to $3,000 bonus on select Audi models now during the Summer of Audi sales event.
Closed captioning brought to you by Palm Springs Nissan, the Coachella Valley's #1 volume Nissan dealer that treats you like #1.
And you're looking live again at what's been dubbed the North Fire in the Cajon Pass that broke out at 2:33 this afternoon.
Yeah, the fire is just north of the 38 cut off Highway 138. Dozens of motorists were trapped inside their vehicles as that fire jumped I-15. It is now shut down in both directions with traffic backing up all the way back into Las Vegas and all the way down to LA County. We will continue to cover this fire for you. We'll be back with the very latest tonight coming up on the KMIR News at 6. We'll see you then.